Checking. All right, YouTube looks good. Sounds good. Oops. All right, well, I guess let's go ahead and get her started. So, welcome everyone to the Foolish Tech Show. It is a Thursday. We're here mainly to provide support and answer any questions about our products and services. Otherwise, we're going to fill the airtime with random tech chatter or wherever the thoughts of the day may lead us. So if you'd like to ask us any of those questions or partake in our conversations, jump on over to foolishtechshow.com or foolishit.com/live. You'll be able to talk to us directly in the IRC chat from there. Yeah, and we look forward to any questions or participation. It's always welcome. So, welcome everyone. How's everyone doing on this Thursday?
I'm
not
doing well.
So a mixed review. Looks like we got Phoenix and Riverdesk in the chat already. Welcome. And Phoenix has got a link to start off. Yep, I saw that. So the United Arabian Empire, UAE, is outlawing VPN usage. So if you get caught using a VPN while you're in the United Arab Empire, you could face some serious fines. Although, like, that's jump change to some of the people over in the UAE.
United Arab Emirates.
It's close. Empire Emirates.
Did you say? Oh, silly.
But yeah, that's actually pretty crazy because, like, a lot of companies require VPN to access stuff, so I don't see how they're able to do that, but I guess they're going for the whole government spying stuff too, so.
Yeah, you know we're in the TV decline when Comcast reports that it's happy to have only lost 4,000 subscribers during the spring. Apparently they lost quite a bit more previously and during previous years, so this was better than expected for them. But I just thought it was funny.
That is.
Well,
For
anyone, they want their businesses to grow and stay alive. They're going to need to innovate their products and provide what consumers are demanding.
And honestly, what they offer as far as cable packaging is like way better than any of the other cable packages I've ever had.
Oh, really?
At least when I had it a few years ago. They were like one of the first ones to have almost their entire broadcasting stuff online and available to stream.
Oh, cool.
Like I had cable just so that I could watch it online and watch all of it anytime. So I thought that was pretty cool.
So check it. Remember we were talking about how Cortana yesterday could be disabled or couldn't be disabled in the update except through the registry. Now it looks like this August update is also going to remove Windows 10 Pro's ability to do group policy and registry keys.
You didn't read that article.
Oh, Enterprise and Education Editions? What?
So it's not removing Windows 10's group policy abilities. It's Windows 10 Pro is still going to have group policy editor. It just took some of the group policies and applied it.
The ones that I wanted. The ones that I wanted to make these changes, though, to disable Cortana is the ones that they've done. So, okay, so group policy exists. If you can't do anything with group policy editor, what the hell is it there for? And what's
You
to stop
still
them?
have policies. You can't do certain policies.
Well,
Only certain policies are available to enterprise, like
so
disabling using the
Cortana.
Windows Store is one of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is horrible because the enterprise consumers are on basically a subscription, as it is, and so they're basically saying to the consumers, yeah, you don't have control over those things anymore. You can't, like I said, they taking control away from the consumer, and they're only allowing the businesses, which they of course can't lose. They have to concede everything to. They're only allowing them to retain that. And then they're moving them to subscriptions anyway. So
Yeah, they're gonna have to be
they're effectively
paying to
on
be able to
subscriptions
do
anyway.
that.
But yeah, you're going to have to pay a privilege to do. I mean, am I the only one who sees this? The features are just being removed from us left and right, and consumers just like, we don't care, we don't care. Just take them all away. We don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah, no, that's the problem.
It really does not bother me at all. I still have all the privacy things turned on.
Even if you would import the registry keys that would correspond to those policies, it still will not take effect.
Because of the Windows version not being enterprise, yeah.
So now that actually raises an interesting question, though. Is that going to break the ability to use policies
Yeah.
on incorrect versions? So like Windows 10 Home can't use any of the registry policies? That would be
Definitely
interesting.
something that we need to check.
Oh yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a good thing.
No. That would definitely not be good. Well, in other news, on sale today for $71, you can have a soft serve ice cream machine. It looks like it has a built-in sprinkle later, like add sprinkles automatically, or chocolate chips or other small extras. That's actually pretty good for an ice cream maker.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And there's a asteroid meteor shower tonight. I'm not sure if we'll be able to see it or not. Let's look through this article, see if they say. How do we watch? So it's tonight or tomorrow night, and between about 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Still not sure where the best area to watch it is.
So, so we can't. Can we? You're not sure whether or not we can see it here.
I am not. It actually does not tell you where.
Okay, well,
is the best place to see it.
I mean, the article may not, but I can figure it out. It all depends on the constellation.
I mean, obviously, you want to go to a place that has dark skies. And apparently, Delta Aquarius has relatively tiny meteors.
Southern hemisphere, I believe. It's
The city recently installed a very bright LED street light out in front of my house. I can't. It's like noon at midnight at my house now. Can't see the sky at all.
Thank you.
I think my whole street has one street light.
I think the benefit to me is I'm going to be able to mow the grass in the dark.
Nice.
Well, as hot as it's been lately, that's the time to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can see it in both hemispheres, but it's just better in the southern hemisphere.
Well, even more exciting than that, Rocketeer is getting a sequel. So, released in 1991, it's finally getting a sequel, and it's going to be set apparently 6 years after the original film.
There's some
So,
more.
probably won't be fighting Nazis anymore.
Michael, read Phoenix's PC World article. There's a Dune reference in there. What? Phoenix's PC World article. Where is that? Oh, here I see it.
Phoenix also points out Windows 10 upgrades in tomorrow. Michael, did you get all your keys upgraded?
You know what? So I've been trying to do that. It's been taking forever.
Is that why you keep complaining about Windows 7 updates?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's funny. Phoenix, we are not quite sure about if that means no more Windows 10 upgrade nagging, because now actually it's probably just going to be the same nagging but with a $119 price tag.
Yeah, you get a link to the Microsoft Store now.
Yeah. So unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to wait until 2018 for Jessica Jones and Daredevil seasons, possibly even longer for the Punisher solo show. Because apparently Netflix Marvel are sticking to 2 shows a year.
Oh, ad golas. Yeah, golas. Ah, nice.
Well, that'll keep everybody interested.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
What else we got?
So interesting. And it looks like that Tesla and the people who supply their autopilots, their Mobileye, a company called Mobileye, they're splitting up. I don't know if that's related to the crashes. Let's see. I think this is the article. Phoenix points out that Easy to Boot now supports using WSUS offline update while installing Windows. Might have said that in response to my Windows 7 complaint. Let's see. What else? I'm sorry, I was.
Features Tech Quirk. I don't know. I think 2 shows a year is kind of ridiculous, but it's only limited to Marvel, so Netflix is obviously also taking on a lot more. Actually, that's a good thing to mention. Stranger Things is available to stream on Netflix, so if you haven't seen that, highly, highly recommend it. There's been some posts previously, I didn't mention any of them, about it basically takes from classic movies like The Goonies and Firestarter and makes a TV show out of it. It's pretty freaking good.
Oh, those are Firestarter and Goonies. Those are 2 good movies I enjoyed. I remember as a child.
Honestly, Stranger Things is an excellent TV show, so I highly recommend it.
Stranger Things. Okay.
Yeah, it's a Netflix original, and you can stream it on Netflix, obviously.
Did you really have to go so far as to clarify that? Listen, this is interesting. Most of us spend the vast majority of our time doing the opposite of what these guys over in, I think, is it in Germany or Belgium? They're doing, but most of us turn beer into urine. They're doing urine into beer.
Cool.
And they're using renewable solar power too, and it produces drinkable water and fertilizer. and that's what you're supposed to make the beer.
I
with.
don't think that's how you're supposed to. I don't think you're supposed to say those things in the same sentence.
I just wanted to say that I think that technology has existed for a long time, at least as long as Bud Light.
Yeah, he's right that this is absolutely nothing new at all.
Isn't that
This
Budweiser's
is really nothing new at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just your urine is fertilizer for the next.
Anyway, again, I still don't trust anything where you say, "Oh, the byproducts are water and fertilizer." What? No, thank you. I think I'll be all right with that. So this was a interesting little deal. You've probably all seen those paracord bracelets and things. This is a deal for $3 off using that coupon code Survival Grenade, where you not only get the paracord bracelet, but you also get a bunch of other survival gear wrapped inside of the bracelet. But this one's actually just a carabiner. So it's a pretty neat little thing. Lots of cool little stuff, and if you ever need one, nice to have.
Oh, survival gear.
Yeah,
Thank
and there's tons of different options for those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Nice.
But this one's $3 off, so.
Ooh, do things just keep getting worse for Nintendo? Looks like they posted their Q1 report, and wow, the biggest loss. So, wow, their stock goes up and then it goes down, and then this. I mean, wow. I started off like last week saying how great Nintendo was to be adapting, and maybe I was totally off base. Maybe I just fell for the Kool-Aid just like everyone else.
You usually do. So on the encryption talk about let's hand all the keys over to the government because they can be entrusted with the encryption keys to unlock everything. Case in point, they can't. Every single luggage case that you buy in the U.S. is now unlockable because every single one of the master keys that the TSA has is printable on 3D printers right now. So if you buy a suitcase and you expect it to be locked, it ain't, because it's got a TSA unlock key on
What's
it.
your implication that they're gonna allow the
So if
keys
they can't
fall into?
if they can't do that with a physical key, if they can't maintain that master copy physical key and keep it secure, how are they going to do that digitally?
It does beg a good question. But
Improbable, if not impossible.
yeah.
Well, those encryption keys are just data, so you've seen how well they.
Yeah, the government can
keep
hold on to
data
their
secret.
data. Yeah. 30,000 emails go out the window here. The Russian hacker can apparently enter all of our government's computers whenever they want to and get information. China's been doing it for decades. Yeah. Oh, and didn't the president just announce? I don't have a link for this, sorry, but that the new cybersecurity warning color system. Now we have color-coded cybersecurity threat warnings as well. I think. It's just it's
because
so
of that DNC hack.
It's so sad.
And also, Trump is outright calling for Russian hackers to hack the U.S. government. Good stuff.
Oh, he outright said he wanted them to find Hillary's missing emails.
Yeah. That's asking them to hack American government.
I mean,
they're already doing it. We don't seem to be doing much.
Hillary,
I was going to say that's not really asking them to hack. That's just like while you're in there, will you find?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's while you're in there, kind of thing. Because
if it wouldn't be too much trouble.
Could you please grab this specific data for us? We're real interested in it.
What, Brantley, you're a big VR guy. What do you think about? Oh, John's gonna hate, or Nick's gonna hate me for this, but apparently, Minecraft is gonna support Oculus Rift.
So what? I have neither.
Yeah.
I mean, what does that say? Windows 10.
That's actually probably better for parents, because then parents can have a screen back and their kids are wearing headphones.
Good point. Actually, ours are wearing headphones now anyway, because we got a couple rig for the TV, and the sound bar is magically broken. I don't know who did that.
But hey, if you're looking for a cheap external hard drive, Western Digital has one on Amazon for 2 terabytes for $70. And if you have any SSDs that you've upgraded from, there's also a deal on laptop hard drive enclosures for USB 3 for $11. So highly recommend, if you're upgrading your SSDs, to throw your old one in an external enclosure like this and use that, because far more awesome to have an SSD external drive than it is to have a mechanical hard drive.
Now that the prices have come down, you can get a dirt cheap SSD of a relatively large capacity, and
I'm saying, why would you even have to do that? You're obviously going to be upgrading your SSDs.
well, I mean, yeah, I don't. I mean,
As prices drop, there's no reason not to.
Well, here's the problem, though. If you're talking about its interface, this is dependent a little bit upon the interface. You're only like SSDs are stagnated in performance right now because of the SATA 3 interface, and of course there's been the M2, but that only applies to newer computers. And so all those consumers out there with older systems, they're basically have a ceiling that they can go to performance-wise, and it's getting to the point where even the slower drives are maxing out the interfaces. I don't know if people are going to be upgrading as often as maybe you're suggesting with SSDs. I'll certainly for me, I want to get an M2, but do I really need the extra performance? And I have a large terabyte SSD that's pretty fast. I don't think it's necessarily worth it for me right now, considering the cost of entry for M2 and some, especially for the larger capacities, because M2 has only just recently been able to get to the 1 terabyte capacity.
They just came out with a 4 terabyte SSD, though.
Yeah, a 4 terabyte SSD, but not M2. There's less space on.
Yeah, but why? We're not talking about M2. You can't use a M2 in your external hard drive enclosure anyway.
Well, I mean, actually, that's possible. You could. I've seen an external enclosure that took M2 drives. In fact, I can.
Not the one that I just posted, and
No,
I don't
not
need one of those. Anyway, that I would still recommend just getting an SSD.
What I think is really good about that
particular, to go to a different thing.
What the enclosure that you posted there, what I think is extremely good about that one, and what I would urge everyone for an external enclosure to look for, is that UASP support. That does give you a considerable boost in transfer speeds. It's even relevant to 2.0, but it's even more relevant with USB 3. So.
Here's a nice article on some various home surveillance cameras and different things. Like if you have a porch light, you can have one built into that. It looks like you have patio lights. The spotlight one was or the floodlight one I thought was pretty interesting. But it's kind of nice just so you can have more low key security. surveillance. Like nobody really looks at a floodlight as a security surveillance thing, and if it's built into your porch light, it's a little bit less visible and less likely to be noticed. I don't have any of these, and I can't recommend any of them, but I would say that you can also get about the same thing for a little bit less, but it's not going to look as nice or be in a nice little package. Because with the Raspberry Pi and the webcam, you can pretty much have a security camera set up real easy. I actually have 2 of them set up right now. So,
What software are you using now, Brentley?
on the Raspberry Pi, Motion OS. And you can install Motion on a regular Linux computer. So if you're using an old laptop or something, you can install Linux on it and then install Motion on it, and that gives you kind of all the nice interface for your security camera stuff. What in the world happened to my webcam? Oh well. I really like Motion iOS though. Again, if you have a old laptop laying around, super nice to set up and use the not only internal webcam, but you can hook up a USB webcam and have 2 webcams on one laptop, or you can support a lot more, however many USB ports you have. Setting it up on the Pi just makes it super easy, and you can have it go to cloud storage like Dropbox or Google Drive. Super nice and super easy, I feel. And it's much cheaper, although it doesn't look as nice than most of the options that are listed on that page I posted. So, like $150 for a floodlight does not seem as enticing.
No.
I thought this was a cool little app. Visual Ruler will give you dimensions of things just by using your camera phone, or your phone on your camera on your phone. It just automatically makes assumptions about how big it is. I thought that was pretty cool. Anybody interested in vintage boomboxes?
Vintage boombox.
Vintage boomboxes?
Give me an example.
There's over 400 of them for sale here. Do you not know what a boombox is? Do you not know what vintage is? What are you missing here?
Say Anything. Yeah, I was. If you go back and watch Say Anything again, which one of these did John Cusack? It was John Cusack, wasn't it? Hold up towards the end of that. Was it the end of that? I can't remember what it was, but
wow.
I don't know, but that
of them there.
Yeah, quite a few. That's a lot.
That first picture of one that looks like a advertisement, the Big Ben. That's freaking awesome, having a subwoofer built into your boombox like that. It's crazy. August 1st to decide if you want to purchase it with a second mortgage.
Thanks for sharing.
Oh, on the same basis as Stranger Things, although I feel like Black Mirror was far superior to it, although it has 2 seasons where Stranger Things is in its first. Black Mirror Season 3, Netflix picked up and is doing on its own. and it's coming out on October 21st. So mark your calendars for that. If you have not seen Black Mirror, go watch the first 2 seasons and the Christmas special on Netflix, because it is an amazing show. It's like the modern day Twilight Zone. It's amazing. I can't speak highly enough of that. And they're only going to do 6 episodes, it looks like.
Did you ever do the follow-up on the Trump AMA Reddit Ask Me Anything thing?
I mean, I saw a lot about it afterwards. I didn't go to it.
That's what we expected.
Trump got gifted like a bunch of Reddit gold, like over $500 in Reddit gold, which is worthless, basically. There was also like 2,000 people banned by the moderators during that. So he only answered 12 questions.
Yeah, I know. That was my concern. Is exactly what I thought. It didn't answer anything pressing and ignored the important stuff.
Yeah. So, this was rather interesting, though. A accidental tweet, which usually you don't see coming out of Google, but apparently the Google Play Music, whoever's in charge of that Twitter account, supports Hillary because she banned vapes at the Democratic convention.
Speaking of which, August 8th is when the FDA starts regulating e-cigs and their juices and stuff. So you guys may want to get in an order before then. That may result in price increases. I don't know. But it does appear that they also recently released another study talking about the carcinogenic properties of the anyway, so formaldehyde and other things are produced by e-cigs. Now, again, in comparison, it may not be as bad as a cigarette. So they're saying, to paraphrase the article, they're basically saying that cigarettes are seriously bad for your health, and e-cigs are bad for your health. So,
but Google Play Music claims its account was hacked to make that.
That's scary.
Yep. Their Twitter account was hacked just to post that.
By an employee with access, right?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. So, what
under the direction of a manager.
The anti-vaping thing. The anti-vaping thing was a hack.
Yeah, that's what Google claims. I read the bottom of the article that was updated since I had looked at it.
Interesting.
For all those with kids or just inquiring minds, here's science experiments you can do at home with your kids. The traveling water trick, the soda-fueled skateboard. That looks fun and messy. Color-changing flowers. Oh, that's cool. Just put flowers in food-colored water and they change colors.
Yeah, I've done that.
The DIY electromagnet.
Oh, that's easy. Don't kids still do that in school?
Make instant ice. Dude, I've always tried to do that. I've never been able to get it to work. Have y'all? You know where you pour out water and it like freezes instantly? Or like it's set up where you just tap the bottle and it freezes entirely. You never seen that stuff?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that stuff's cool. Well, that's what the last thing is on that, but I've tried it a couple times and I never could get it to work. Maybe this one will get it to work. I'm seeing if I can find a video for one real quick. Johnny, you have gotten it to do it?
Yes. You don't freeze it that long. You don't freeze it till it's like super frozen. You freeze it for like 2 hours or something, and then you take it out. Like, if we would put a soda in the freezer and then take it out and open it, it would turn into slush.
I'm not sure what you guys are talking about.
Like, check out that link. That shows you some real quick. Pretty cool stuff. So M. Night Shyamalan has a new movie coming out, and it looks freaking crazy, man. It seems to be the main characters it's based on is a person with multiple identities, and they have like 23 identities, and apparently they also kidnap people. So it seemed very, very strange from the trailer. Michael, did you know that Wayward Pines was M. Night Shyamalan?
Yes, I did.
Maybe I did know that, but I didn't realize it.
Oh God, what shirt am I wearing today? Oh, that shirt looks horrible, doesn't it?
Apparently the green one.
I know this. Blah 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 blah. I gotta remember to watch my colors. But anyway, M. Night Shyamalan's movies have always been kind of a toss-up. It's like a 50-50 chance of whether or not I'll really appreciate them or not. Sometimes they surprise me and go way above and beyond, and other times they kind of fall flat on their face.
Watch that trailer and see what you think. It's freaking crazy. Like, it's a crazy trailer.
Because, we'll see. I mean, how many movies have I thought looked great by a trailer? And you can all agree that, tons of them, but when you end up actually watching them, it doesn't seem quite as appealing as the trailer.
I'm glad we can all agree on how many trailers you've watched that you didn't like the movie.
Well, I mean, you've seen that happen too.
It was just your phrasing where you just said, I'm sure you can all agree that I've watched tons of movies. Trailers.
I don't know.
Anyway, here's a suspension bridge collapsing during a flood in Nepal, and the people making that video are extremely happy, but much happier than I would have thought, seeing a bridge that helps them get to the other side of that river collapse like that. But it did also kind of sound like they were all just hanging out outside to watch the river. Yeah, watch the river take it. So, I keep forgetting to mention this. I've had it for a little while though, but there's a Fanorama, a Futurama fan film that went live action. It's actually pretty cool looking. I really wish they would make the full movie from it. I would watch it.
I couldn't even watch the actual Futurama show.
Really? That show was awesome.
It wasn't enough. I mean, I guess.
I enjoyed it.
Nah, I don't know. It just didn't appeal to me very much, I guess.
I really liked it. I thought it was way better than The Simpsons. So David Duke, are any of y'all familiar with him?
Yes, why?
Is that the KKK guy?
Yeah, he's a U.S. senator, and he announced he's going for U.S. Senate, and here's his video. But yeah,
I thought he was like the Grand Poobah or something.
He's like he is a KKK high member, so he looks just as creepy as that sounds. So
Yes, he does.
I would be scared to talk to that person in real life. Be like, dude, are you sure you're not dead? I'm pretty sure you're dead.
Oh wow! Wow. That's gotta be kidding. It's a joke.
Phoenix YubiKeys are pretty sweet, and I would highly recommend you get the regular as well, because having two of them is almost a requirement. If you lose one, you're pretty much screwed getting all that stuff set back up again. So this guy got really, really bored on a plane layover that he had. So he decided to make a music video. So he made the All By Myself music video. And it's pretty creepy to see what people do when they're alone. It is pretty funny though. It's a good watch. And it's a good song. Good song.
I really hate to say it, but my first impression when looking at that Duke guy was David Bowie, one of his guys' characters. I can't say that in front of Jade, though. I'm trying to get it out of my mind now.
So here's a map of the primary energy source across the U.S. So you can look at your area and see what the primary energy source of your area is. And I'm highly surprised that solar wind is actually Eastern North Carolina's primary energy source. Did y'all know that?
Did not.
Natural gas is your area, Procter and Tank.
Mm-hmm.
And nuclear is mine. I was not surprised about that because I know the nuclear plant is over here in Georgia.
Well, you know, it does make a little bit of sense since there's a lot of wind off the coast.
Yeah.
But and we have
I mean, y'all are set up for sun and wind power. I just didn't know the infrastructure was there already.
I didn't either. That's so weird that we've got businesses and other establishments all up and down the area that are installing their own solar.
Well, and that's.
I mean, and not so. I'm sorry.
This,
the wind turbines. They're installing their own and running energy.
Yeah. But see, that's so that they don't have to individually pay the power company. This is where the power.
Not according to the little pamphlets they push out to the greenies that go in and buy all their stuff.
Oh.
It's that they can be responsible for the environment and everything else.
Yeah, no, it's so that they don't have to pay power to the power company.
I wonder how much they pay for that thing. That actually, and all that stuff actually is they usually give stats and you can get all the figures. I'll go down. There's like a brew pub up the road that does that. You know, the pier does it. I can go up and get the stats. I mean, but
this is a map of the primary energy source for the power in that area in general. So like coming out of your house, that's the power from that was primarily done by solar wind. Obviously there's other methods still being used. But I guess I'm really surprised at how little nuclear power we have. I thought we would have had more.
Well, that's like a what?
Primary.
That's like a dumb scare of people.
Yeah, when Fukushima or whatever that's.
Yeah, in my opinion, just get on the ball here and put up some nuclear plants.
The bad part is that those ones that are there are very old. The plants, and that's
like from the 80s.
Yeah, that the technology and the reports are saying that these things are going to fail. They're likely to have a problem. Blah blah blah. So they're getting scared and not building any new ones. But what they really need to do is replace the ones that are currently here with ones that are more efficient and with ones that are safer primarily. Safety is the big issue.
Well, and it's also pretty surprising how much coal usage there's still.
I would say safety. That is surprising, and that's why I didn't understand why more nuclear plants weren't going up in favor of coal plants. But you're right. You're right. Safety is the issue because apparently they can only seem to hire like Exxon Valdez barge captains or something to run the nuclear.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we haven't had any.
How about we drug test them? Or
we haven't had any nuclear plant issues here.
Well, not here, but
3 Mile Island.
Yeah, I mean, there was 3 Mile Island.
It wasn't a major issue.
Well, I would argue that it was. I mean, if you were, I mean, I remember. So my parents told me about I don't remember, but I watched some TV coverage of it from that period, but it was a significant event. It scared a lot of people. It brought a certain reality to it, and that along with Chernobyl, when that happened a little bit.
Chernobyl was a much larger disaster.
Oh yeah, that was a big one. I thought we were. I mean,
what is biomass on this map, Brantley?
Well, that's plant fuels basically.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Corn on the cob.
Methane gas is probably what that's from. But yeah, I was actually surprised to see any of that being the primary source.
That is an interesting map.
Oh yeah, the 3 Mile Island was rated a 5 on the 7-point International Nuclear Event Scale.
I mean, it wasn't, comparison to Chernobyl, no, but it was big enough, especially for being here. And if you watch the movie, I don't know, maybe I just like the movie. Watch the movie. The 3 Mile Island movie is pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Still, it's nothing compared to Chernobyl or Fukushima or anywhere else that. Like, I mean, the problems with nuclear power plants are far outweighed, I feel. But I am glad at how much solar and wind is taking over. I almost knew that the Midwest there would be like that. So they got a ton of wind farms going up all over the west side, west of the Mississippi. Tons and tons of wind farms, especially on the mountains. So what else we got?
Refresh my memory.
Have y'all heard of the American Gods TV show?
No.
It is possibly based on another comic book that I have no idea about, but that looks pretty freaking impressive as well. Here's the American Gods.
But they were in that place up the road anyway. I'm sure they got some specs and charts on their website. They certainly have it in pamphlets all over the place.
I hope this is not a stupid question, but it's a D72 question I have. It would, if I can interrupt. So I know you can load an auto mode profile at startup, but can you actually execute the profile at startup?
No.
Okay. All right. So I wasn't missing that. Okay. Thanks.
There is but there, well, no, not beyond the startup apps. You can do startup apps and config.
Yeah, but you can't.
Unique to the profile, and you can put what you want in there. But I mean, certainly wouldn't be, separate from the auto mode profile.
Yeah.
Just don't forget about that. If you go into config and custom apps, you can see the startup apps that you can add to for that.
It sounds like he's asking more for the fully automated.
Yeah. D7X.
How about this? Are you able to tell the difference between a $5,000 and a $150 guitar?
No.
I felt like I could. The 5,000 one kind of has fuller tones than the.
Oh, you mean listening to it? I was even thinking looking at it, but honestly, I guess I would just judge that on who was using it.
Yeah, well, it's the same guy in this video. He uses both of them and plays. And like I said, as far as looking at them, you can tell a little bit because there are some additional inlays in the $5,000 one. But for the sound, I feel like I could tell for the sound because it sounded fuller, like it was a full sound.
Does it sound like it's worth it?
I don't think I would say that, no. But I'm definitely not an audio person like that. I'm fine watching a low quality movie.
See, I'm not an audio person either, but I am definitely different than you in that aspect. I gotta be able to hear stuff.
Yeah, as long as I can make out what it says.
Yeah, you just got to be able to make it out. I need to I don't want to have to struggle to make it out. I've only got one ear, obviously. It works.
Eric's got one posted for us. What has he got? Key escrow and the TSA keys. Oh, that's from the Hope Conference.
Ooh. Neat. Bookmark. Watch later.
Oh, did you get a crying face sticker, Eric? That looks like a cool sticker. It just says crying face and has the crying face emoji.
I'm so sick of emoji. I don't even want them mentioned on the show.
It's definitely not going anywhere.
I don't know why. I don't know what the point is. It escapes me.
For someone that uses stickers and emojis so much in our chat, I would not have picked that
Did I do that?
Yeah, you use a lot of them, yeah.
All the time. You've used the stickers more than anybody I've ever.
Well, those are stickers. They're not emoji. If I use an emoji, it happens
That's an emoji.
If I use an emoji, it happens because it automatically converts my text.
If you're expressing emotion with a picture, that's an emoji.
Shut up.
I think the
stickers... Yeah, but they shouldn't be part of a character set, is what is my problem. They shouldn't be part of the ASCII character.
They're their own character set. Well, they are part of ASCII.
Yes, they are, and they should not be.
But they're a character.
But they're not. That's what I maintain.
The stickers aren't characters, actually.
I know.
The emojis are characters.
But they shouldn't be.
But they are.
No, they shouldn't be. They should be a unique combination, or not, but a combination of characters that you use your own creativity to create from standard characters. If you can't do that, then sorry. That's the way it should be.
You use the ice cream emoticon all the time.
Ice cream?
Yeah, you even got pillows of it.
What in the hell are you talking about?
You didn't even know that was ice cream and not poo.
I actually don't use. I don't even use. I don't use emoji. There's nothing I do that could even be transferred into an emoji except a wink, maybe.
The poo emoji is actually ice cream emoji.
I don't use those either. I saw that as a couch pillow in the beach store up the road, and I thought, oh, what a cool couch pillow! It's poo. And it annoys the kids. I don't know why. I think they would like it, but
it annoys the kids.
Yeah. Oh, one of them thinks it's all right. The others don't.
Well, looking back in our recent chat, you haven't used any recently, but Michael uses
recent
emoji.
Meaning ever? Sure.
No, the past 2 weeks.
Okay, well, you're not looking back from ever, because if you do, you're not really going to find anything but like maybe the big stickers. That's only because they're big and they really get your attention.
Mm-mm.
And there's only like, what do you mean? I've only used those with Jade anyway.
No, you used them in
kissy
our
blow
office chat.
thing. I blew the kissy one to her. That's it.
You used that one in our office chat as well, but we ignore it.
What the hell are you talking? You lie.
No, you do use you have used stickers before, and I know it just because I literally talked to about 50 different people on Hangouts, and
I used them. No, like when I noticed
only person that's ever used them has been you.
The only time I've used them like a little bit in our chat when I first noticed them, and that was because I was like, "Hey, look at this skeleton." Or something. It was not like a stop it.
Anyway, doesn't really matter. They're here to stay, and there's even a Bible translated into them. So, all right. Well, we got anything else? We got 3 minutes. 3 minutes, people. Would you like to express that with a emoji?
I don't need to. I'm on video. This is way better. Oh gosh. It shouldn't be part of a character set. It shouldn't be. There's no reason for ASCII codes for that.
I look at it just like Chinese characters.
Yeah, but people actually speak Chinese. No one speaks emoji.
What's really going to be fun is in the future when people get emojis tattooed and they have no idea what the meaning is. They just think it looks cool.
Well, that is actually interesting because the emoji, like I looked at some of these when I noticed on the ASCII thing, and I was like, I didn't realize some of them mean what they do because like the faces are contorted and they all mean something, so they look different if on Apple or Google or whatever. Yep. And so, like when you look at them cross-platform, you sometimes get a better idea. But I honestly didn't know what some of them meant that I've used. Like, I'm just like, it looks like there's one face where it's all like crooked and stuff, and I use that with the ex-wife, and it's like, and I use it to mean like I'm looking at you like you're I don't want to say that on the air. And it's not what apparently it means. I'm confused. I didn't realize.
Yeah, it does.
No, there's a ton of ones that I've misconstrued. So, in that brief time that I used them with other people.
That's why they need to be in the character set so they can be well defined.
Yeah, but that's not helping me know what they are by looking at them.
It's not the responsibility of the character set to teach you. You have to go and learn.
No. They should just remove them from.
I think honestly,
Eric wants us to remind us about the LastPass vulnerability that we mentioned the other day that can affect so many people. So be careful with that.
Yeah.
There's always a Does that LastPass still in operation? They
made some updates to it yesterday or today, so I'm not sure if they've fixed those issues, but there's apparently been a ton of issues with them recently.
I thought like everyone that used LastPass finally quit like late last year or earlier this year. There was like something big that just destroyed it.
They had a huge data breach. They've had a couple huge data breaches, and still people.
That's why you don't, with the service that keeps your online, no.
And I don't know if you guys mentioned, but Rover Des posted his link to his tech pages list. So
cool. Well, all right, we've made it to our hour time limit. Did anyone else have anything else real quick they wanted to go over? Not rant about?
Dang it.
All right, well, let's wrap her up for today. We'll be back tomorrow for the Friday show at 6 p.m. Again, we are here primarily to answer any questions or provide any support for our products and services. If you have any of those and didn't get a chance to say it in our chat today, come back tomorrow. We'll be happy to talk about it on air then. Or you can always contact our support with the other ways listed on our site.
Sales@foolishit.com. Please just shoot us an email. We'll be happy to address it promptly.
Yep. So thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, Internet.
Bye, Internet.